Good evening, folks. Sorry, starting a little late today. We'll post the link and we'll get started here. As always, it will be recorded and I will post the link after I'm done. What a trend day today. Last couple of days. Just wait just a few seconds here if anybody wants to join and we'll get started. All right, folks, let's get started. A beautiful trend day today, of course. SPY held on to this 9 EMA and we bounced right at it. Today, I was expecting a chop, but after a initial bounce, it was a continuous trend day. But we are coming close to this resistance right here at 390. It'll be interesting tomorrow. We have the unemployment rate and non-pharma tomorrow. So if we can get through this 390, I'm expecting for this one to go to at least 393, 394 area. I'll show you why. This is on weekly right here. This is your 9 EMA, which is around 394.30. As you can see, since April, it is unable to close above that. It keeps hitting its head on it and we reject it. So around 394, 395 area would be your best bet to take a short with a stop right above 395. We also have 50 SMA coming close to this right here, but we haven't really touched that. So it is following the trend with this 9 EMA. So I would keep a close eye on 394, 395 area. And with your support being at this 9 EMA now, which is at 383 right now. Moving on to the tech world. Tech is really, really strong here. Of course, as you can see, beautiful rising on the RSI and the 9 EMA. It didn't even come close to it today. It just bounced yesterday and it's been a great continuation, but it is of course coming back to this 50 SMA around 297.28 area. As you can see, since April, this is the trend. It has not been able to close above 50 SMA and we have been riding it down. So it'll be really interesting to see what it does here. Even if it goes here, I'm thinking that it might go and fill this gap right here we have. At 299, it might wick it, close the gap, and then we might, fall back. But above 300, there's no stopping. It is headed all the way up to 304 and then 310 area. Right now, your support on the Qs are at 293.71, and then the 9 EMA at 287. So let's see what tomorrow brings. It's going to be dependent on the unemployment rate and the pharma. Amazon was weak earlier in the day, but it also closed right at this resistance at 116. But the good part about this one is I was not expecting was it closed above 50 SMA, which is a really big thing for this kind of environment. And as you can see, this 921 you're getting across as well. So I believe any dips on this one will be bought. I was trying to scalp puts on this one today. I'm still in it. Probably try to get out tomorrow early in the morning, see if I get a dip around 115 to 114 area. But below 116, as long as it stays, it might retest this EMAs before bouncing again. But above 117, go ahead and buy 120 calls. Here's a trade idea written down for you guys. I will go long above 117 and flip my trade. Tesla, two scenarios here. Very, very interesting spot right here. I know it's a little messy, but it is very interesting. It is coming to this trend support, right? Trend resistance right here, and also very close to this 50 SMA. Again, since May, it has not been able to cross this 50 SMA. So it'll be really interesting what it does around 742, 743 area. If we can get above that, I think this one is headed to a longer term trend line right here, which will come close to this 795, 800 area on this one. So anything above 745 is all calls on Tesla with a brief stop at 780. Below 730. It is a short. As you can see, if it fails to get above this right here, about today's high, it will come back down here, retest, and then we can go back up again. There's a very nice support here at 700 now. So any dips to 700 will be bought. Google. Google has pretty much started its run to its split. It is coming up on July 18th. So if we can, as you can see right here, this has been a pretty big resistance. This is your next resistance at 2370 area for Google. So if we open above that tomorrow and hold on to it for the first 5 minutes, I think this one is headed to retest this 100 SMA, which will come close to 2465 area. Of course, there will be brief stops, but I don't think there will be too many. You will see a small stop at 2420, and then it's going to keep continuing. But that's your key level, 2370. Below that, if this market wants to really retest the breakout levels, then it might come back down here around 2325 area and then bounce back up. So there are two scenarios on this one. Above 2370, go ahead and buy calls. Below 2370, you gotta buy puts on those to scalp. The other one, I'm already in this trade. I'll be watching closely, which is Moderna. Moderna has not been able to get through this for a bit since earlier this year. We saw a few days it was above this 170 level, but it was slammed back down. I'll be watching this very closely as well again tomorrow. But if it opens above 173 tomorrow, it is headed all the way up to this 180 zone. So I will cut my losses on this one, but I am in these puts right now. So below 170, it will most likely come all the way back down to 164 area, and then it might bounce. I'm just looking for a quick trade on this. Etsy, pretty interesting chart here. It broke above, came back, retested this support. Here's a trade idea for you guys on Etsy. Etsy, if it can get above and hold tomorrow 90, I would buy 92 calls on this one, with target being 92.80 and then 96 on Etsy. And below 88.70, I would buy 85 puts for July 15th. Pretty interesting chart. I really like it, what it's doing here. Let's see. I like whenever it comes back to retest the support and then it's bouncing, it usually continues. So keep an eye on this one. Coin is setting up very nicely as well, but there is one situation here. As you can see, I was trying to see, find a trend on this one. And as you can see, this red line right here is your 21 EMA. All right. It needs to get above that. It has not been able to get above that since May. So tomorrow, if we can get above today's high, this is going to continue all the way up to 60.70. That is your pretty big resistance as well. So keep an eye on coin tomorrow. Above 58, I would buy 60 calls. Keep this as a day trade. I have mentioned it here specifically. Don't try to hold on to this, as cryptos are volatile. So above 58, I would buy 60 calls, and below 57, I would buy 55 puts, because it will come back down to this 54 zone to retest it. The last two I'm watching is Qualcomm. Qualcomm, they have been buying October 165 calls on these. And recently they also had the news that Apple phones will be using their chips. So overall, it is a pretty decent setup right here, but we need some confirmation right here. As you can see, it has not broken above this trend. It has a little bit, but we need to see some confirmation tomorrow if it can open above and continue. As you can see, the RSI is trying to peak above this downtrend line as well. So tomorrow we might get a better confirmation. I have set my alert at 136.50. If it can get above that, I'll buy 140 calls a couple of weeks out for a swing to day trade. The last one I'm watching is Boeing. Boeing, as you can see, it has been consolidating in this box pretty nicely. And it has not been able to get above this 9 EMA on weekly. So anything above 142.50, I would buy 150 calls for at least 2 weeks out and swing it. But as long as it stays below 142.50, you can short scalp for the weeklies. Keep it as a day trade, but above 142.50, you can most likely swing Boeing. Keep a close eye on this one. It's setting up very nicely too. All right, folks, this is all I have for today. I will post the link as soon as I'm done. Just a quick reminder, we do have some econ data coming in the morning. I will see you all tomorrow.